Demonze, the Cypher. Prepare for another all-nighter.
On the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Chamberlain told Shaquille O'Neal his rookie year, he told him, nobody likes Goliath. When you're a big man and you're dominant, nothing that you ever do is going to be enough. When you dominate, people are going to say, as big as you are, you should dominate. When you struggle, people are going to say, as big as you are, you're struggling with that. There's nothing that he does that's going to be enough. In a down season last year, by Dwight Howard standards, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 10.9 shots per game from the field. Meta World Peace was averaging more shots per game than Dwight Howard. Okay? Something's wrong with that picture. Now, people don't like the way Dwight gets his production because it's not pretty, it's not full of style points. In some instances, you can even categorize it as clumsy. But the rebounds, the block shots, the defense off of the pick and roll, there may be only one or two other bigs in the NBA that defend the pick and roll as well as Dwight Howard, which is a very underrated defensive skill for any big man. Because basically what that means is when the point guard runs me off the pick, then if I have to switch and guard that point guard, then now I'm not lost because obviously it's a drastic mismatch because the big man can't guard the little guy. Dwight Howard does that as well as any big man in the league, not to mention his impact in the paint. Now, judging Dwight's maturity level,
which is
and those types of things
very absent,
is completely separate than judging his impact on the floor.
Well, no, but my point is that I don't feel that he's as passionate about the game as he needs to be. His maturity is not there. That's just the bottom line. You cannot tell me if you've watched not just what he does on the floor in the paint. It's overall. It's about I needed to be someplace where the marketing dollars were bigger for me. So he went for the bright lights and big city of LA. But that was going to be Kobe's team. Dwight wants to be the number one guy. In his mind, you can say he doesn't buy into all that, but he does.
Well, you know, and I don't fault him for that because first and foremost, this is a business. And your body in their situation is their platform, and there's a time limit on them maximizing what they can do. So they have to get the most out of their instrument while they can.
I agree with that.
And part of that,
I agree.
Part of that is putting themselves in the best situation to make as much money as possible. Now, Dwight's attitude is not one that most people would love. But to be completely honest, the Lakers should have been Dwight's team. It shouldn't have been Kobe's team. Kobe should have taken a step back because Kobe is 34 years old. Kobe is at the end of his career. Kobe needs Dwight more than Dwight needs Kobe.
Actually, no, I disagree with that.
Kobe, wait a minute. I mean, but Kobe.
I'm going to let you in. Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
I was going to say, so you're saying Kobe should have played the Dwayne Wade role.
Absolutely.
Okay, big man, you come on in, you lead me to the promised land.
Absolutely. You know why? And I'm going to tell you why. It's not about whether or not Kobe can still do it, whatever it is defined as. It's about winning the championship. And you're not going to win the championship unless you get Dwight on board with you on both ends of the floor. With big men, if big men are not feeling fulfilled and satisfied on the offensive end, they will not work on the defensive end.
I do agree with that.
That's true.
That is that observation that I think is 100% true.
Because Dwight Howard getting 10.9 shots a game and visibly being upset about his role in the offense as the leader of what Kobe should have the role he should have taken, he should have said, you know what, I recognize my big man's not happy. And anybody will tell you in basketball, one of your responsibilities as a ball dominator or as a ball handler is to keep your big man happy. Even Michael Jordan at the beginning of games, you would see early on Bill Cartwright's going to get his touches. Now, Bill Cartwright obviously doesn't need to get the ball or deserve to get the ball as much as Dwight Howard does, but I'm going to get Bill his touches because now I got Bill's buy-in for the rest of the game.
You're listening to AM 1690 WVON. This is the Sports Cypher. I'm Maya Kai. Demonze is holding it down for Rook. We got Brian Mazique, NBA writer for BleacherReport.com. We are talking NBA free agency, specifically Dwight Howard. Let me just say this.
Go ahead, Maya.
The Lakers were in an awkward situation. They had a whole lot that went on last year. You got Mike Brown getting fired. I never felt that D'Antoni was the right fit in the first place. They had a lot that they were trying to transition and work through. it wasn't the ideal situation for Dwight Howard to walk into, because I hate to say this, he's one of those players where things need to kind of really be kind of perfectly fit for him. He doesn't do well if he has to kind of work on the fly. That's not his personality type. And it also didn't fit what his agenda is. I just don't feel. If you asked me, is it more important for Dwight Howard to be the guy or to win a championship? I think it's more important for him to be the guy.
See,
I think it's equal.
I don't think it's equal, because I tell you what.
I think it's equal.
If he can
but I
advance-
think it's the
if he-
same thing for Kobe.
No, if he could, well, Kobe, you can't compare him, because guess what? The resume's already done. He's won the championship. He's got the ring. He's been to the promised land. Entirely different situation.
Even more the reason he should have been willing to defer.
We don't know if he wasn't or not, because that whole situation with the Lakers just wasn't a good. Gasol was always possibly on the trade block. They just had too much going on. It wasn't the ideal situation for Dwight Howard to be in.
I would be interested to know what did Kobe say to try to keep Dwight there, because publicly he didn't.
You got
it
this?
seemed
Mr.
like
Wilson?
he really didn't. He didn't care.
Well, let me tell you, according
Okay.
to the sources. Now, if you follow the NBA rumor scuttlebutt, then you pretty much know that according to sources,
I heard
is
about
a
them
quite
cats. I heard about them
is a
sources
quite
cats.
popular thing. According to sources of ESPN's Chris Broussard, who I respect tremendously, is one of my role models in the business. He says that what was a huge turnoff to Dwight Howard in the Lakers pitch was that Kobe came into the meeting and told Dwight, "Let me show you how to win. Stay here, and I'm gonna show you how to win." Now, first of all, there's so many things wrong with that statement. First of all, it doesn't show a great deal of wisdom. Even if I thought that. So, say for instance, you and I were on this team, and I know last year you and I had a couple problems.
Right.
You know, I think I'm better than you. You think that I should take the backseat to you, but I want you to stay. If I didn't want you to stay or need you to stay, I wouldn't be in the room in the meeting.
I wouldn't
As a part-
ask you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even be here. So I come in and I tell you, "Hey, Demonze, I'm going to teach you how to win." Now, we had problems 2 months ago. How is that not going to be a turnoff?
How
to
you gonna show me anything?
How you going? You know.
right.
So you're going to get that. So to me, at that point, if I'm Mitch Kupchak, I stand up and go, "Okay, thanks, Kobe. Thanks for coming, Kobe. Oh, good job, Kobe. You don't need to say anything else." And I'm taking the mic out of his hand. I'm not going to because now you're messing up business.